loads of big effing news coming out for crypto and really the markets in general. We have a trade deal with the EU brewing. We have the president calling for interest rate cuts. We have stocks on chain. We have ETFs coming. It's going to be a doozy. Stick around. It's going to be a good time. So, first and foremost, the EU is willing to accept a trade arrangement with the U.S. that includes a 10% universal tariff on many of the bloc's exports, but wants the U.S. to commit to lower rates on key sectors. Negotiations happen. Deal's going to be made. If we get the EU, we got China, the deal's going forward. We're going to do the EU. I mean, the EU is the third biggest economy in the world when taken as a block. So the EU and China, it's going to be fine. Oh, Canada's dragging their feet. It's not that big of a deal. Big deal for Canada, not that big of a deal for the USA or the global markets. So things are happening. The India deal looks like it's going forward too. Stock markets are hitting all-time highs, baby. Everything is lining up for the damn golden bull run. Plus, check this out. Kubisi led us sharing this. We now have a president who's actively calling for interest rates to be cut as low as 1%. He's actively stating that he will be replacing the Fed chair with someone who will immediately cut rates. Meanwhile, stocks are all-time highs. Real estate prices are at all-time highs. U.S. debt's at all-time highs. Crypto's at all-time highs. Well, almost. Depends on the coins. Bitcoin's close, let's say. If the new Fed chair actually cuts rates 1%, we're going to witness perhaps one of the biggest runs of all time in stocks and real estate. There has never been a time in history where the Fed cut rates to 1% with the stock market and home prices at all-time highs. Let's effing go. This is going to be the bull run of bull runs, and the crash afterwards is probably going to be the Great Depression. But we probably have a few years of bull runs, so you have to make sure you get rich in the meantime, okay? Because when the shit hits the fan, oh, they're going to just throw the whole cow at it, man. We're not even talking about just the crap, the whole cow up at the fan. It's going to be brutal, man. Check this out. Bitcoin, very interesting chart right now. Now, I mapped this out days ago, right? We were talking about this last week on the streams. We're going to come up and tap this line. Guess what we did? We came and tapped the line. Well, almost. Okay, a few bucks away. We tapped the line, okay? So it came up, hit our area of logical price resistance, now coming back down to retest the 20-day EMA. It's around $106,000. Trying to flip that into price support. So let's see if that plays out. Obviously, if the 20-day EMA fails, then we have this whole big channel of fun price action to look at, from everything that the 50-day EMA around $104,000 to all the way to the bottom of the channel back in the mid-90s. We'll see how it plays out. Okay, a bit early to start talking about the mid-90s with all the good stuff going on in the markets. Otherwise, I guess just everyone's going to get bored in July and nuke their crypto bags. Oh no, Elon and Trump are having a public spat again on Twitter. Quick, sell my Bitcoin. Pretty sure it's Satoshi White that wrote that in the white paper. Hold on to your Bitcoin unless one of the world's richest men and the president of America ever have a public fight on Twitter. Then sell your Bitcoin. Yeah, said no one ever. Anyway, very interesting to see. Obviously, that's the key resistance now for Bitcoin. This is the crazy line right here. That's what I'm naming this, guys. I'm naming it the crazy line. The second we get over this line, the nice, fat, juicy candle followed up by a little bit of volume, prices are going to effing explode, okay? Bitcoin's going to start rocking up to a new high, and the rest of the altcoin market's going to follow it straight up, okay? So big things going on there. That's the line to watch out for, this bad boy right here, and that is clocking in right around $109,000 right now. So we need to get daily candle closes above 109K. Obviously, 106,500 currently is not 109K. Let's see if we can bounce off 20-day EMA here. It would be nice to see if we can. CryptoCon sharing this nice one. This is day 195 of sideways price action for Bitcoin since December 18th last year. Oh, it's brutal, man. Oh, the accumulation periods this cycle have just been nuts, man. We just have like these few weeks of just massive, price movements followed by nothing. Just sideways accumulation. Just, brutal. He says the trend has been simple but gruesome. All the great price actions have been made in very short bursts, totaling just 36 days. We've now spent a total of 2 years in sideways price action. It's no wonder everybody's losing their effing mind out here. Bitcoin's one of the only coins that's continually going up in price. Altcoins just continually get slaughtered. There's a very few exceptions to that rule, obviously, but wowzers, it's been a crazy cycle, man. So, if you're feeling like it's been a crazy cycle, it's not just you, it actually has been. Guys, if you're trading these cryptocurrency markets, you need to get yourself an account over on BitUnix. You need to do it now. It's the best place to be trading crypto coins. I'm doing all my trading over there, well, most of my trading over there for futures. So if you want to be long in the rips, shorten the dips, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, whatever you're trading, man, dog coins, they got your dog coins. You can do it with no KYC, no VPN. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can use BitUnix, which is awesome, okay? So They got great options over there for you. And plus, when you sign up exclusively using my link right down here, just below the description of this video, you are going to get some pretty awesome deals. So if you deposit $1,000, you're gonna get $200 back. You deposit $2,000, you're gonna get $400 back. That's a crazy deposit. That's just free money, man. Go get your free money. Plus, they're doing some insane trading rewards. The more you trade, the more you get back, up to $9,000 back. That's crazy stuff, man. If you want to start taking advantage of these crazy deals, link right down below. Go check it out. Okay, continuing. So the big rumor for today, I guess we're going to find out in the next few hours if it's true or not. The big rumor for today is that the Rex Osprey Solana ETF with staking will go live for trading on Wednesday. That's according to the Rex Shares CEO. It's an interesting if that's true. I know there's been back and forth conversation going on between Solana ETF issuers and the SEC. This feels pretty sudden if it is true that we are getting a Solana ETF today. And we're going to find that out in the next few hours here. But it feels very sudden because usually what happens is you get approval and then listing a day or 2 days or even 3 days later, but you get the approval first, followed by a listing shortly thereafter. But all the stuff's been put into place. The big clearinghouses and stuff have already listed Solana ETFs. So in theory, the structure's there. It could happen that quickly. Why not? There's really not a lot of barriers to it happening. If it does come on live with staking, though, it's interesting. And there's a story about ETH staking getting denied, which makes me think, I don't know about this story. We're gonna see. We're gonna see today what happens. Look, maybe this is even one of those things where we had this happen with Bitcoin. The Cointelegraph intern, I don't know if you guys are around in 2023, remember this. Cointelegraph intern tweeted out like a few days before the Bitcoin ETFs were actually approved, like Bitcoin ETFs been approved. Markets pumped like crazy. And then they had to be like, oh no, it wasn't actually approved. Sorry about that, guys. I wonder if this is one of those sort of, they're getting approved and this guy probably wasn't supposed to say anything, and maybe it's not happening tomorrow, but maybe it's happening really, really soon. We're going to find out. Anyway, that's what's going around social media right now. That we're going to have a Solana ETF going live for trading today. Pretty crazy. We're going to see. I guess today's, well, depends where you are in the world, okay? It's Wednesday, right? Maybe it's tomorrow. Anyway, still feels a bit rushed, but got my computer on New Zealand time, man, so it says it's Wednesday, but it's actually probably Tuesday for most of us. Anyway, doesn't matter, besides the point. We'll see what happens on Wednesday, if this bad boy goes live or not, okay? So, interesting. Very, very interesting. Rex Shares saying, coming Wednesday. This is from their official Twitter account. First ever stake crypto ETF in the USA, introducing Rex Osprey Sol Plus staking ETF design track. Performance of Solana while generating yield through on-chain staking. Sol exposure, staking rewards, a new era of yield-generating crypto exposures here. Let's go, man. Let's go. Now, Solana, when that happened, loved it, by the way. Blasted right up here to the 200-day EMA at $160. Swiftly rejected straight back down to the 20-day EMA at $148, which is where we're currently trading at now. Look, if we bounce here, and this is a logical spot to bounce, if you're looking for a risk-reward position, trying to long a retest of the 20-day EMA, which also coincides with a retest of the orange line here, which you can see is a downtrend, right? So we had the downtrend breakout. Now we're getting a retest of that breakout line, plus the 20-day EMA at the same time. If you're going to go long on this from this point, just keep a decent stop loss down here in like sort of the mid-140s. Probably a decent spot to put it. Assuming that we get the bounce here, then could be an epic spot to get an entry at. Let's see. The market did like that Solana ETF news. It wasn't like a wild pump, but we went from like 150 to 160 pretty quickly. So when these Solana ETFs get listed, I think it's going to be a pretty big deal. Hopefully happening on Wednesday. Okay, continuing. This is also insane news, guys. In a weird way, probably really bad news for a lot of people's altcoin bags in the long run. So a company called X Stocks is bringing Tesla stocks and Nvidia stocks, MicroStrategy, S&P 500, Circle, stuff like this, Apple, to the Solana blockchain. So you can actually now go to Jupiter, right? Jupiter, we all love Jupiter, right? You can go to Jupiter and just on-chain swap and real stocks here. We're not talking like fake stocks, or you're getting actual tokenized on-chain equities. This is insanity, man. This is really, really cool. So I'm super excited about this. This brings a lot of money on-chain, 24/7 trading of stocks, essentially. This is actually pretty nuts. Probably bad news for a lot of altcoins because crypto money is now going to start chasing after stock money because the barrier to entry is now basically zero and stocks are going to start trading 24/7. I know this is very early days. We still need to bring literally trillions on chain, but trillions are going to come on chain. We also had Robinhood. I don't have the tweet up here, but we have Robinhood announcing that they're bringing pre-market trading as well. So not only they're bringing tokenized stock trading as well on chain, by Ethereum blockchain, I think it was on Arbitrum. Anyway, but they're also bringing pre-market trading for stuff like OpenAI and SpaceX, currently only available to EU people, but that'll eventually spread around the globe. So stocks are about to get real crazy, man. And it's going to suck a lot of liquidity out of our already weak altcoin market. So the selection of altcoins has literally never been more important, okay? Now, trying to hop on the bandwagon here of the potential ETF for Solana tomorrow for most people. Anyway, for tomorrow is this XRP. Because if the Solana ETF is going ahead, then the XRP ETF's probably following real hot behind it. So we had a nice little pump here for XRP up to $2.32 or whatever, which basically, as you can see right here and right here, is a key area of price resistance. So we got rejected. Pretty resoundingly rejected there. Reminds me of this candle back here. So let's see if we can actually close here back above the 50-day EMA around 220 or at least above the 20-day EMA around 217. Failure to get a candle close above these two EMAs. We might retest 210 real quick, okay? Just FYI, okay? Now, SEC has delayed staking for the Bitwise Spot ETH ETF, which is, again, makes it very interesting about this Solana ETF news, because if Solana is good enough for staking ETFs, then why the heck isn't Ethereum? Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we have another major ETH Treasury strategy company launching, this time from Wall Street OG Tom Lee. He's joining a company called Bitmine as their chairman. The company plans to raise $250 million, become the MicroStrategy of Ethereum. You know, Mr. Lubin, Joe the Lubster, he's got the lube out ready for us, guys. Joe Lubin has already done that. Joe Lubin is going to be the MicroStrategy of Ethereum. But look, treasury companies are awesome. Obviously, they're sucking up loads of liquid supply from the market. There are toxic leverage for the cycle. We love all that. That's fantastic. Yeah, half of them are going to go to zero in the bear market, but that's always the case for everything, okay? I wouldn't fade Tom Lee. Definitely something to watch out for. I think the stock went about 600% after the announcement. You can see there's huge, hungry demand for these kinds of products in the market. The real altcoin bull run right now is happening in micro cap stocks like Bitmine that are going up 500-600% in a day, whereas your altcoins do nothing but get kicked in the balls relentlessly. It's been pretty brutal for most altcoins, as of course you know. Anyway, that means more ETH taken off of exchanges, more ETH locked up in a treasury company, which of course will probably run staking and all that kind of stuff. So good deal overall. Ethereum back here at the bottom of the range, okay? So we're right back to our rock zone here, sitting right around the cluster of EMAs, the 50-day EMA here in blue, which is right around 2420. The 20 and 200-day EMAs both coming in right now on 2470. Price sitting right between those two levels. So very, very key level for Ethereum to continue to hold here. We want to see daily closes continue above $2,400. Essentially, that's kind of the lower end of this range right here. Right now, we're at about 2440. So Ally, by the way, here, MACD bull cross came in 2 days ago. Could be another fake out. Let's see. You can see that we didn't have insane volumes going into this move, which is not great. Right? It's never great to see low volume pumps like we saw right here on Sunday. I mean, Sunday pumps are always the worst, aren't they? So let's see what happens for the rest of the week here. Potential bullish MACD crossover brewing, but we need actually some positive price action to get that moving back up. Otherwise, this is going to fail to confirm a breakout and switch back over to a bearish cross in a day or two. Let's see how it plays out. Anyway, lots of exciting things happening in the market right now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you back in the next one. Peace.